And because that 9 is at the end, it represents the end of cycles. So some cycles run through 9 because 9 is at the end now. We can only repeat numbers at this point once we get past 9. So it embodies every other number before it, which is what makes the 9 special. So the 9 has a calling for integrity, and that's because you should know better when it comes to 9. It's like looking at, oh, well, you the mature one, you're supposed to know better. So karma can hit when it comes to that 9 just a little bit harder. Because as I stated, it's about integrity. The lessons are integrity and higher wisdom. See, some things about the 9 is just a knowing because you know off of wisdom, off of an experience, even if you can't remember consciously, subconsciously, or from your soul, you do remember, you know. And when we're talking about the zero is more so of a symbol more than it is a number. So zero, we see that in many different birthdays. It's an important symbolic significance because it's a portal. Okay, philosophically and mathematically, it represents nothing. You multiply every time zero is nothing, right? And at the same time, well, as the numerator. Now, at the same time, it's also everything, right? So if as the denominator it's the same number in itself. So the two infinite ends of the infinite, you know, neither which is actually physically obtainable. So it's a mystical symbol. So when you see zeros in life paths, that's a mystical element that's added there. There's something that's hidden. There's more emphasis there. There's something mystical there. There's something that is is heightened. And so a lot of times we talk about life paths, it represents spiritual gifts, which can be a magnitude of different things. Okay, so it's indicative of the degree of spiritual mysticism that's inherent, even though sometimes they are not developed. Okay, that's the key. So sometimes these gifts are not developed in these individuals. All right, so anybody who has more than one zero in their whole birth date naturally has an inherent spirituality that they should recognize, and it has the potential to assist them in understanding many of the deeper aspects of life, like life purpose, things of that nature. So when you see an actual birth date, let's say it's March 30th, 2000, that's a lot of zeros. That's a lot of zeros. So a lot of those zeros could represent that spirituality that's naturally inherent in that person, if that is something that they can understand. So with that zero as it being nothing or everything, right? So it's heightened. It can also be big fears. So a lot of times people with this energy can bring the big fears out of other people, even out of themselves, depending on what they're dealing with, because it can be like a wheel. You can push it and it can just keep going, but at the same time it can get stuck and cannot go anywhere. So, and with it being a portal, think about a womb. So you're able to birth things through this portal. You can birth next level things through this portal because of that spiritual energy that's present. But it takes for that person to be able to tap into that individually. It has to do with them recognizing their own spirituality. And so when we say spirituality in that sense and saying your own spirituality, it's knowing who you are spiritually, like knowing why you do certain things, or specifically the way you do it or why you do it, as in reference to your natural nature deep within yourself, something that's not given to you by society. It's something that you naturally inherently do. That's just a part of your routine. It's a part of who you are. It makes up who you naturally are, right?